Hey, it's Ray Langley at your service, virtual entertainer and wolf girl extraordinaire. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Trilogy, and specifically, Turnabout Big Top. How are we doing today, everybody? Enter the clown zone. Alrighty, let's see. We are going to be starting the trial section today. So that's going to be fun, I think. Alright. We've got a dead ringmaster. It's time for more monkeying around. Got a dead ringmaster, a clown, a ventriloquist, a magician, and a 16-year-old. Let's see where we go from here. It's clowning time. I'm not gonna clown on all those guys. All right. December 29th, 9:43 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk? What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the courtroom will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Phoenix, I swear to God. December 29th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. And now the case of one... What? Your Honor, get on with it! Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So... Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more... friendly. I wonder if that's to our advantage? Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are.
Me? Guilty? What are you talking about?
It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like I'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma.
After seeing so many strange characters last stream, it makes me so happy to see this bitch. Maya does not get whipped, notably. Much to think about. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up here now! Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective.
Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this.
Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question.
At your service, sir. All right, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony.
She did whip Lotta, and I think she even... Yeah, she whipped Mimi Miney a couple of times toward the end there. So, yeah. Maya, notably, unwhipped so far.
The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. A blunt object, Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Let me ask you about the snow.
It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime.
Did it pile up?
It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day.
The snow. Let me see, there's got to be more to this. Huh? What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record.
Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime?
When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean?
Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant Maximilian Galactica and his victim the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well.
Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey?
When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you're welcome to file a police report after those proceedings.
After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to?
Regina was playing with Regent while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed his own world. Ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary.
Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m.
Okay. Not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Oh!
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on.
Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end?
A wooden box.
That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention, it was locked? Locked, you say?
20-pound box boasts a strong but small lock. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box?
Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox, so we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle.
What's inside the bottle?
It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box?
There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct?
You've done your homework, pal.
And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you?
The police are searching for it as we speak.
My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. Oh, no, I bet he made it disappear with magic. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case.
You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint.
I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand.
She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist.
I wonder if Trilo will show up on the stand as well.
Oh, there he is. Kinda getting his shit rocked by that, dummy, isn't he?
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
Hey, Zephyrophim, welcome in. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy.
My full name is Triloquist. I am employed as an operatic tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I'll grace you with a song. Me, 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 me. I have no melody for this, so I don't know how to sing it, nor will I try. Sorry about that. And I'm not going to say that line out loud. It had a good rhythm.
It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Doing good, miss you. Hope streams have been treating you well. Yeah, the streams have been pretty good. Just continuing on with this case, which started last week on April Fool's Day. Cosmic coincidence.
Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You'd think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star.
Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this.
Well, I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony in my... Oh!
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that?
Without a doubt, he had in his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown.
That's right, Just Boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point.
What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit.
Why's that?
Here's absolute proof.
A silk hat?
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Because nobody's ever impersonated someone to commit murder before, right, Franzi?
Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Your voices are impeccable as always. I love the voices you gave Francisca and Trilo. Thank you.
Thank you for stating the obvious, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you have to say?
Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. The clown. You're talking about Mo?
Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup's running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good.
Poor guy.
We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
Why the plaza's entrance?
To do some thinking, of course.
It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness.
but I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Of course I'm sure. How can you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup?
Snobby three-piece getup.
Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions.
Why do I have a feeling that was attached to a "so turn in your work please" conversation? You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo?
That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character.
There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Let's see. Let me look over the court record again. Picture of the crime scene. Poster of Max. Juice bottle. Map of the circus. A monkey. And then... Wait, yeah, because he was supposed to see the ringmaster too, because they were both together. Your Honor, a puppet's eyes are decoration. They don't actually work, so he didn't see shit. Let's see. That's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? That's the victim.
That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Aha!
Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out.
What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room.
Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime?
I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. There are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right.
A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he?
Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head.
Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. You saw Max and only Max that night.
Jeez, you're persistent. You can ask all you want, my answer won't change. The only person I saw that night was Maximilian Galactica.
He really needs to improve his manners.
You've heard what he has to say. Let him continue with his testimony.
Nick, please don't call it a love triangle. Yeah, call it what it is. Two weirdos being predatory towards a 16-year-old. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it?
Huh? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think.
Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time?
I guess that sounds about right.
Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather.
Well, the truth is...
Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why aren't you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone?
Mr. Phoenix, right. We can all do without your offhanded theories.
But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something.
Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
I don't like that it automatically shunted me over into this. I mean, the obvious answer is probably one of these two. And I'm willing to bet it might be... maybe... I think it'd be Regina. Makes the most sense, right? Yeah, it probably makes the most sense, because he's weird about her. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina.
Ah!
You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken?
Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right.
Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
Ah!
That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime.
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there's a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the... Ow!
There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer.
I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina.
Pain!
Don't volunteer things!
Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. Were you, or were you not, waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
Judge checks court record. Squints at age number.
Legally speaking, I can't kill you for this, but... The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain!
Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet.
Don't be so surprised I was gonna propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
You were going to propose. You, a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too.
Okay, that's it. Somebody play the Not Like Us jingle.
Exactly.
His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your cross-examination.
What was with that sigh at the end?
By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina.
Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I was gonna propose we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together.
Unironically would have been the better thing.
Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Got it? That's the truth.
What was it exactly that you planned on giving her?
You know exactly what I was gonna give her, numbskull. The only thing I could that could match Regina's beauty.
Answer his question. What was it?
You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
Engagement?
Ring?
Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here.
Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to— Ow!
I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm gonna have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy swaying the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina.
An engagement ring.
Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's gonna love it.
It's just a ring.
What's the matter, Nick?
Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Whose pocket was the ring in?
Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You've gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off?
I'm sorry. Really?
You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing.
Really? So you went to the lodging house to give it to her?
That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way.
Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half, and not with magic.
Well, they always say that love creates rivalries.
So, what about this present?
So you're still thinking of trying to give it to Regina?
Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easily.
I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus.
Probably way more than he deserves.
How about it, Nick?
I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony.
That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck.
Come on, Maya's 18. She can say hell. The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more.
3 months' salary on glass?
Puppet got scammed. Do you mean this ring presents it like a magic trick? Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it?
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, looks like they're gonna double team me now. Do you recognize this ring?
That's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief!
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said in the end I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here?
Ah!
What is going on here?
That's... Ben, say something!
Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room.
Money's room? You mean a room they put money? Like a bank vault?
Ah, that filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him!
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court.
Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey. In every sense of the word.
Oh, I see. Well then.
Money likes to go after the shiniest things they can find and gather them up.
Shiny things.
Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime.
What did you just say?
Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Yo! Oh!
Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring snatching monkey money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame.
Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be?
There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
Interesting, Mr.
Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max.
Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity toward the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
Ha! I've told you so many times you'd think you know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more.
Where there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah!
I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
So, that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max.
That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
And then Money snatched the ring, and you went chasing after him.
How long was it until he came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So, the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up.
You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R, counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me?
4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose.
Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night.
Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time.
I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. About what time would you say these events took place?
You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it?
What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Yow! I'm no good at math!
It was 10:10 p.m.
Oh yes, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right, because that's the time I saw Max on the scene.
So you testified they said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obviously that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess, that's not it, Trilo? You said good evening at night?
I'm sorry, Trilo.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. I hate to say it, but Ben's part of your little act is coming off a bit stale. I'm sure for pros to review your— Ow!
You're not trying to pass yourself off as a professional performer, are you? Don't get so wrapped up in yourself, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should know better. Ow! Ow! Ow, that hurts! That should have set him straight. You may proceed with your testimony, witness.
You're 100% absolutely sure of what you just said.
I told you already. Jeez, I'm 100% absolutely sure.
There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right?
Those three ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now.
So, Cat.
Cloak.
White roses!
Thank you very much.
Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you?
But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere.
I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've gotta have something that'll prove useful.
Alright, time to go to work. Okay. What would Mia do? Let's see. Let's see. Do you think Mia used her Magatama for court purposes? That's a good question. I lean towards yes. Break Cyclops on the stand. This was earlier that day, right? I think. I think so. Oh shit. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder?
A fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact.
Wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Ah! Glass him! That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch!
Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first.
The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Ah!
Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene?
I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
let's clarify this testimony for the court.
Take the assault charge, Billy Bob. You did do an assault. This one.
Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
Maybe he... It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to.
What kinds of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it.
What's in the world? You?
Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening then?
Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet.
It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute.
No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not?
You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo, isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist.
Order! Order! How do you respond to this?
Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica or was it the ringmaster one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols.
3 symbols.
Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You've got to remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow!
Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What?
Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant?
Well,
If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes! I think we finally won a point in this one. Putting that in a pocket. Phoenix in a silk cloak. Yeah, imagine him in some sort of magician's outfit or something. Hold on. Ooh, oh god, oh god. Sorry, my mic was acting up real bad for a second. I am so sorry for that noise. Okay, I think I have fixed it. I again apologize. I don't know what happened there, but Phoenix in a silk cloak. Imagine though, he actually does put on some sort of magician's outfit and starts flying someday. We call him the Flying Porcupine Man. No, we won't do that.
that is very unfortunate.
Huh?
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right?
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your efforts, but
But
who that person was can only be answered by the next witness.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
And so is this stream. I am going to take a quick water break and I'll be right back. See you guys in a second. And we are back. All right. 5-minute recess. Don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. Had to get some water, refill it. It's a nice little warm day today, so I wanted some ice water. So, anyway, let's continue this farce. December 29th, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Got some soup. Ooh, soup's nice.
Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So then, where were you when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room.
And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right?
Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would, quote, be right back.
That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off.
Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max.
Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility.
Well done, Nick.
However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go?
Double,
Wow, Max, I never thought of that.
You should be a detective or something.
Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision.
That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Lost the white roses in the snow. December 29th, 12:06 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2.
Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Fine Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record.
In West Clowndelphia, born and raised.
Name and occupation.
Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish?
Why Fresh Prince of Bel-Air lyrics? Whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion.
What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist? Dr. Seymour Butts. How was that one? But a couple of clowns who up to no good started making trouble with my...
Your name?
Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown.
You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder,
correct?
Yes, yes it is.
Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
Rabbi, a priest and a Rastafarian walked into this plaza.
Without the humor, please.
Okay.
Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court.
I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing?
Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here?
Witness?
Huh?
We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case.
Really? You'll really hear me out?
Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later.
Thank you, I can't wait!
Poor Gumshoe.
Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony?
Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching him, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Of course you can. There is no way that this account can be criticized.
However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony.
I know that.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling.
I understand, Your Honor.
If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. What does it mean by hold me responsible? And why was that in red? There we go. Now I can save. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct?
See, that's the thing.
Huh?
How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock? That's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke.
You know, I have a bad feeling about this, but let's do it.
You know you want to hear the joke. A man goes to his doctor, and the doctor asks, That was number 1. The man says every day at 6.
Witness, these are exactly the type of jokes you should say for that detective.
Ow!
You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that.
Mr. Wright, you're hereby penalized. This will not become a kangaroo court.
Oh, crap. This isn't funny at all. In more ways than one. Alright, let's do that again, and then... Let's not. Well, let's not make it 8 p.m. Alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around.
Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke.
There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony?
You're so boring.
You were pooped that night. Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply.
I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny it just earned you a penalty.
God damn it! You see why I hate this case? Oh, oops, I didn't mean to do that. You just happened to glance out of the window. You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Mr. Curls!
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday... Once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot?
Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Owie, 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 owie.
That's not something you just forget to mention.
Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony.
Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony.
This should start turning the tables in our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say...
Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary.
Oh, how'd you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like a... I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly.
Someone getting hit, huh?
What then? You went to look out the window and you saw...
Sorry, just since I unlocked that. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they?
Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window.
Just 30 feet. That's not far at all.
It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility.
I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw.
You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away.
That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Ms. Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the Ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols?
Uppity symbols.
Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza!
Enough foolishness. Get back on track.
Will the witness please testify as to what he saw and only what he saw?
You say you saw the Ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with?
You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
Here's a clonk, looks, sees a clonk. How many times did this guy get clonked? Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty.
Is that half my health bar? Isn't this a bit melodramatic?
You could say it was 10 o'clock. Mods, kill them with hammers.
So, what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime?
Do I? Didn't see... Doesn't say only one hit. Oh, you know what? I think it was... What he did see wasn't the actual crime, but... the box? Because it was a heavy box landing, right? I'll give it a try. I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I suppose that you will be telling us all that great reason.
Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony.
What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright?
Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit.
He did say that.
However, Mo just stated the following under oath.
I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clocked the ringmaster over the head.
If Mo's to be believed, when he says he looked out on the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone.
In 1972, a crack clown unit... No.
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
I didn't commit. These clowns probably escaped it from maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court?
No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory.
Great job, Nick.
These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth.
Well,
Oh, you're back from your jog?
well, it pretty much happened the way I said.
Pretty much.
When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement.
Fun karma!
Tampering with witnesses again!
So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Mr. Curls!
Your Honor?
You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw, and I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it?
Got it.
Wow. I don't think the judge ever gets that serious, usually. Okay. That was your friend, Mo?
It was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination.
Oh, shit. Don't you think that you're going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain it was Max?
I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that.
It doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? Trilo said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them?
I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap.
You're sure this is what you saw that night?
Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk.
Don't birds have terrible night vision?
But that's not all I saw.
You were able to see that kind of detail from your window.
There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much.
Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like?
I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye.
Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20.
No fooling? 20/20 at 46 years old, not bad. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly.
The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes.
Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was.
So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding?
That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard.
Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure.
They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report.
With Trilo's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer.
Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this.
That's not going to be enough.
What?
I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Wait a minute. The symbols. The ones we've been repeating this whole time. Aha. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right?
Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols.
3 symbols?
Yay! Everyone get ready. All together now.
Silk hat! Cloak! White roses!
What the?
Who cares if he knew that there was 3 or not?
Everyone went along with Maya just now. I want you to realize that. They went along with Trilo, they went along with Maya, and they refused when it was Mo who asked. I just love how excited she was to lead that one, too. Do you think Francisco went along with it? I think she did, but, like, just stating it plainly. I don't think she, like, shouted it like everyone else. Muttered it under her breath, maybe.
Silk hat, cloak, white roses. I am never going to get that phrase out of my head for the rest of my life.
type of shit.
He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo?
Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.1415.
Silence, fool! You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions!
Order! Order!
Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail.
But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim.
If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He is just toying with this court.
I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone's toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony?
There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup?
Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. He's running with this.
Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now.
Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
The judge is fed up with the circus. Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Kroll's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. This sounds bad. However, in the interest of completionism, so to speak, Mo, be honest. Ow!
You promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. No more badgering. I hope you enjoy this penalty.
That's a half health bar. Ow! I'm finished.
Excuse me. I'm the one handing out the pen. Oh!
Witness, continue with your testimony.
You're not gonna whip me too, are you?
Maybe after court. If you're into that kind of thing.
But isn't it kind of pointless if you only whip me after court? I'm sorry. What? What? Francisco, what the hell? Mo immediately asks for it. Francisca,
Maybe later. If you're into that kind of thing, it'll cost you extra.
Francisca really said no free whipping for fucking freaks like him. Listen, having been on the other side of the law, having encountered my fair share of officers of the law and prosecutors and judges, allow me to speak for every would-be, has-been, potential criminal out there. Where was she when I was on trial? Anyway. If he was wearing it the whole time, then the hat that was discovered at the scene of the crime must have been dropped during the incident. So why didn't he say he saw his face? Let's continue. Let's. Where was she when I was in court? This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see.
Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means...
The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No! That's not true!
Order! 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 Mr. Curls!
Yes, Your Honor?
What is the meaning of all of this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me doesn't mean you belong there. No matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you.
Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are?
I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth.
He's turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it?
He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there.
He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo.
What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What?
What? What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless.
You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy?
Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away.
That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened?
Say what?
Oh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene?
Yeah, maybe the single set of footprints. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow.
Footprints?
In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there.
Ay, 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 ay!
So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record.
I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait just a second! You guys can't just ignore everything I've said!
Fine, fine! I'll tell you the truth this time!
You wait a second! I think you've said more than enough for today.
That didn't hurt! I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways! I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear!
I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
Mr. Lawrence Curls,
Yes?
the testimony you've provided up until now has been false?
It hasn't been false, I haven't lied, it's just
what?
I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Order! Order! I will have order! Francisco Von Karma, how could you?
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you.
Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel.
Damn, I've never seen the judge, do his job like this. Jesus. Judge is fucking pissed today. Oh, it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw. He... This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
No, let me try that line read again.
I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why don't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
Right now, I can't believe any of this. Oh God, Francisca believes in magic. What makes you say that? I'm not even sure if this day hasn't been some kind of Kafka-esque dream. Ow!
Now, do you think it's still a dream? Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Pinch me, I'm dreaming. Whoopsh.
Ow.
I suppose I'll let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile!
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries.
I
believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5.
Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on?
That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looks so effortless for you on stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air.
Wow. You just told me the secret to your magic.
No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule.
I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks.
Nick, what do we do now?
All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow.
Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker.
Whew. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? With how in-depth the investigation was last time, I'm gonna cut it here. This trial portion was freaking long. So we're gonna call it here for today, and we'll revisit this next time and start the new part of the investigation. Whew, boy. I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. That took a little bit out of my voice with Mo's Monus. His speaking sections were a bit, how you say, trying. his voice was trying on me. That was awesome. It was amazing. Thank you guys so much. I do this for you guys. The joy, the that you guys get, the enjoyment that you get from listening to it makes it all worth it. I'm so glad that I thank myself every day that I choose my Phoenix and my Maya to be in my neutral range, because oh man, trying to keep up with so many character voices and ranges is really tough. Not to mention accents, and the judge was shouting at people today. Huh. In West Clownadelphia, don't you start. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening, and thank you for enjoying the show. I will definitely pick this up more next week. This case is ungodly in how long it feels and how long it is. Those half-bar penalties pissed me off, not gonna lie. I will be back Thursday with, I believe Thursday is more dialogue, so I will be doing that. And Friday, I know my schedule says it's going to be in the morning, but I have something that is preempting that. So I will be doing Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, or at least starting it. I don't think I can one-shot that. I will be starting that Friday evening instead, my time. I'm shooting for 5 p.m. PDT, 8 p.m. EDT. So 5 p.m. Pacific time. I do apologize. It was sort of a last-minute thing, but circumstances have forced me to reschedule that, but I'm going to push to keep it the same day in my time zone. Sorry to my usual morning crowd, who are, I know, the ones that usually watch my reading streams. I will try to make it up to you by having it in the morning again next week. But for you morning crowd people, I will be doing a unscheduled stream tomorrow, just so you guys have something as well, because I want to give something to, you know, the other people in my time in other parts of the time zones. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm gonna do. It's gonna be sort of a mystery stream until the last minute, but I'm gonna do something tomorrow morning for you guys. We'll just hang out for a little bit at least, and, you know, chill out. It's gonna be, but yeah. So yeah, you guys get 4 streams this week, due to me having to shuffle things around a little bit. Sounds fun, can't be there. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you can always be VOD Gang, and I love my live viewers just as much as I love my VOD Gang. All of you guys, your support means everything to me, and if you are new here and you've liked what you've heard so far and seen today, hi, my name is Ray Langley. I am a virtual entertainer, a wolf girl extraordinaire, and I am 1 subscriber away from my first 100 milestones. So if you like what you hear, if you want to see more like it, obviously you see I do voice acting stuff while, you know, playing games, and hit that subscribe button and come along, join in on the story. But unconscious VOD Gang. What is unconscious VOD Gang? You put it on and like fall asleep to it? Alright, guys. My wonderful Rainiacs and Langsters. Our our time is up for today. But, as I've said, and I'm very excited to report, our gang grows bigger by the day, I mean community, and I will see you all next time. Until then, make sure that you eat well, stay hydrated, and get lots of good rest. Be kind to yourselves and be excellent to each other, and have a radiant rest of your night. And of course, as always, unshrimp yourselves. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!